when is it that a young man is obligated to pray and reaches the age of obligation? He says, if a young man reaches the age 13, or he goes through the physical puberty, then it is time for him to begin his religious obligations, and everything that he does will be recorded for him. And the halal of haram he must adhere and observe. Then he says, and it is 9 for a female, for that is the beginning and the time of her menstrual cycle. Keep this hadith with you. It's the age of 9, the beginning of her menstrual cycle. The second hadith, and of course there are many hadiths, we won't be able to discuss all of them. The second hadith is pretty straightforward. He says, the time of obligation for a woman is 9 years of age. This is the hadith of Abdullah ibn Sinan. That indicates the age of takleef, the age of obligation is 9 years old for the ladies. Now let's take a look at the second group of ahadith. The hadith, the most important one of them, is known as Muwaththaqat Ammar al-Sabati. He says, I asked him the same question. And the Imam al-Sadiq says, if a young man reaches the age 13, he says, I asked him, when is it that a man is obligated to pray? And he says, once he becomes 13 years old. If he were to go through the physical maturity before that, فَقَبْلُ ذَلِكَ, then at the time where he goes through the physical maturity and the signs of physical maturity within his body, then salah is mandated on him. And everything that he does is written in his records. And similarly for the woman, if she is 13 years old, but if she begins her menstrual cycle before that, then this is the time of her takleef. Then salah becomes wajib onto her. And everything that she does is also recorded. So we have two sets of ahadith. Now we ask, is there a consensus amongst the ulama that the age of takleef for women and ladies is 9? Absolutely not. If you look at Al-Shaykh Al-Saduq in his book Al-Muqni', if you look at the work of Al-Sayyid Al-Murtada, Al-Shaykh Al-Tusi, our previous scholars, and our contemporary scholars, for example, Al-Sayyid Al-Mudarrisi, they don't agree that the age of puberty or takleef for a woman is at 9 years of age.